Our home is not this place. Our home is not this place because our fathers, grandfathers, great-grandfathers, great-great-grandfathers, father, who was Adam alayhi salatu wasalam, his home was Jannah. He left Jannah and he was sent out of Jannah to an alien world that he was not accustomed to. He was sent out because of a mistake that he did. And his wife, our mother's great-grandmother's mother's mother, Hawa alayhi salam, a mistake that she made. Because of that mistake, they were to be banished from that place and sent to an alien land, one that is uncomfortable for them, one that they would have to struggle in, one that they would have to find a lot of challenges in. This was the name of dunya. So where you are, my friend, right now, if you have made it your home and you are happy with this home, the Quran says, وَرَضُوا بِالْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا وَاطْمَأَنُّوا بِهَا. If you've made this home and you're really pleased with this place, more than the akhirah, more than the next world, then you have made a massive mistake. A huge mistake. Allah Azza wa Jal says that these people who make this their goal of their whole life, this world, your luxuries that you've just left at home, the aircon that you have there, the wonderful carpets that you have in your houses, the decorations you have created, the soft sofa, leather sofas that you have at home, and the meals that you cook and the fridges that you fill up for the next day's and the next week's meal. This is not home. Because this place has been created for us to be tested. You will never find this a perfect place. And there are people out there who say, why don't I get this? Why doesn't God do this? Why doesn't God do that? Why doesn't He change this? Why have we got difficulties here? Well, my friend, you haven't understood the reason why you're here. You're in an alien land, and Allah Azza wa Jalla has put you, me, and all our forefathers here for one reason, that He's going to test and see, لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ أَيُّكُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا, to see which one of us is going to come out with the best of actions. Sometimes He will test it with the heat, and sometimes with the cold. Sometimes with poverty, and sometimes with richness. Sometimes He will make us be tested with a good relationship, and sometimes with a bad relationship. And the whole idea is to see which one of us comes out with the things Allah has told us to do. And that's the whole test. So as you are now sitting here for Jummah, I want you to understand that no man sitting here, no woman sitting here will take a single thing from this world. You won't take it with you. No man in the history of this world has ever been able to take a single rand from this world and take it to the next world and put it in the investment. Allah Azza wa Jalla has said in the Holy Quran, He has said, يا أيها الذين آمنوا أنفقوا مما رزقناكم. O you who believe, spend from the things that we have given to you. من قبل أن يأتي يوم لا بيع فيه ولا خلة ولا شفاعة. Before a day comes when there's going to be no more commerce and no more trade, no more business and nothing to return. Before a day comes when you will find that no one will be able to take anything with money. Before a day comes that you won't be able to buy yourself out of trouble. Before a day comes, لَا خُلَّةٌ وَلَا شَفَاعَةٌ. You will not have any friendship on that day. You will not have anyone who will bail you out on that day. You will not have anyone who will intercede for you on that day. La bay'un, there's no commerce and trade. There's no more buying, there's no more bartering, there's no more selling, there's no more getting and making a profit out of it. Wala khulla, there's no friendship, there's no connections, there's no bribes, there's nothing that you can give. There's no one to come to your rescue on that day. Wala shafa'a, not even to beg in front of Allah unless Allah gives them the permission. This is the day of judgment. Now before we get to the day of judgment, subhanallah, Allah has told us prepare for that world. So what I'm going to do here is to tell us how we can make it easy for ourselves to be prepared for the next world. And as you sit here, brothers and sisters, some of you are sitting here and thinking, okay, we'll listen to it. But if it's a bit too long, then we may not be able to do it. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. You know, when South Africa had its World Cup, you remember when South Africa had its World Cup? You guys remember? You don't remember? Are you all saying Tawbah Astaghfirullah right now? Huh? When South Africa had its World Cup, And we saw you guys flocking to those stadiums and to the football centers and so on. And some of you had to remain home and you had to watch their football from home. Okay? Subhanallah al-Azim, we have a very big difference in mentality. When that football comes, and especially came to your country, all of you were gripped by what was happening. And every minute of it was worth sitting there in front of the TV watching it. Huh? Every time when the game went to 90 minutes or 90 minutes or 90 minutes only, then it went to extra time. You sat for the extra time. And then after that, you sat for the penalty shootouts. If they had any, you sat for that too. And then there was a conversation that happens after that about the whole football team. SubhanAllah, dedication. This is just South Africa in the World Cup. I've heard that you guys in South Africa, you support our football soccer teams more than we support them. You are more crazy for the Arsenal and the Tottenhams and the Liverpools and the different team Chelseas that are playing over there in the UK. But you're here and you will religiously follow them. Yet the same person, when the Imam will take 2 minutes extra in Salah of Isha. So I did this once in my local masjid. I led the Salah of Isha. Instead of it finishing in, let's say, 10 minutes of Isha, I took 12 minutes. Astaghfirullah. It was a big crime I did. A brother who was an Arab who was behind us, he stood up and he straight after Salah, he stood up and he said, "Oh, ma hada tarawih." He said, "What is this? This is like tarawih." I only went from 10 minutes to 12 minutes. It was 2 minutes extra. Astaghfirullah, I really apologize to you. If I have to apologize to the entire crowd that the Salah went 2 minutes over, so therefore there has to be a complaint. But when the football goes on to 90 minutes to 120 minutes, there is no complaint whatsoever. In fact, when you sit with your phone and you're going through your apps, there is a whole tawaf that is going around. There's a tawaf. You know, tawaf is of 7 different rounds that you make. So people make 7 different rounds on the phones. It will start from the text messages, moving on to the emails, moving on to the 3rd round, which is WhatsApp, moving on to the 4th round, which is Instagram, moving on to the 5th round, which is Facebook, moving on to the 6th one, which is Twitter, and moving to the 7th one, which is going to be the emails or something else that they're going to do. So they make 7, and then they come back to the first one. My brothers and sisters, let's be honest. Some of us open our phones of WhatsApp like every 20 minutes, 10 minutes we're opening them. And when you're on there, no person ever says there's a time limit for my WhatsApp. After 2 minutes, I have to get off from WhatsApp. I've never met one person in my life who will do that. And when you get onto Facebook and the videos are coming in, you're watching them one after the other, one after the other. And they're very clever, huh? They know what your liking is. So when you watch one video, they know which video to give you next. If you're watching the ones with car driving, they'll give you faster cars to look at. If you're looking at the sales, they'll give you sales to look at. So what they'll do is they'll keep you busy. When you go to YouTube, again, the recommended YouTube videos are given to you one after the other to keep you busy. I've never heard a person say to me that I've just spent 2 hours on the different videos and 2 hours are gone. No, because it's the time that you enjoy. So tell me, when I was to say to you, if I was to say to you right now that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said to us that if you do the next thing, which will take you 90 seconds, literally 90 seconds for you to do every morning and 90 seconds in the evening, you have to be constant. About 90 seconds in the morning, 1.5 minutes, and 90 seconds in the evening, 1.5 minutes, 3 minutes altogether. Which one of you does not have the time to do that? Put your hands up. Imam, are you watching this here? So which one of you has the time to do it? Put your hands up right now. If you're going to do what I'm trying to say, you can put your hands. I tell you, okay, put your hands out. Let me give you the benefit first. Then maybe more hands will go up. He said, if you do this next thing and you repeat these words, then when you come on the day of judgment, there will be no one that will have more reward than you, except if they did the same action, or they did the same action and more action above that, they will have more reward than you. Otherwise, you are guaranteed to come on the day of judgment with the most reward on the day of judgment. Who now is ready to put the 3 minutes a day to do this? Put your hands up. Imam, we're getting some, I think we need something different here, huh? What was that thing you said? We need to feed them some, is it that kusista? Maybe that will get the sugar levels high. At the moment, they're feeling a little bit dead. The Prophet ﷺ has said, whoever will say Subhanallah wa bihamdi, say the words, Subhanallah wa bihamdi 100 times in the morning, 100 times in the evening, nobody will come on the day of judgment with more actions than what you have. 90 seconds in the morning I ask you, and 90 seconds in the evening, and you have got that. And there are many ahadith like this. I'll give you another one that will be precious for you. We sit here and we dream of the different cars that we've got and the different apartments we want to buy. I remember driving my child to school in the UK. Early in the morning, the traffic is going, and he sees a Bugatti. You have that car here, the Bugatti? Yes, guys, you know what the Bugatti is? Yes, you know that? So he said, Dad, there's a Bugatti. I said, I've got more than that. He said, no, you haven't. I said, I got more than that. He said, no, you haven't. He said, you drive a VW Skoda. You don't have no Bugatti. You know how much that is worth? I said, look, I can buy you that. He said, you can buy me a Bugatti? I said, yeah, I'll go down the shop and I'll get you a baguette. He said, no, Dad, stop pulling my leg. This is a Bugatti. It's a very expensive car. I said, I've got more than that. He said, how? I said, I'll prove it to you. I said, Subhanallah walhamdulillahi wa la ilaha illallah wallahu akbar. The Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam has told us, whoever will say these words, Subhanallah walhamdulillahi wa la ilaha illallah wallahu akbar. Whoever will say these words, and Allah has already given them more than whatever the sun has risen over. My son, right now, by saying Subhanallah walhamdulillahi wa la ilaha illallah wallahu akbar, I have more than the Bugattis in the world. I have more than all the Ferraris in the world. I have more than all the Lamborghinis put together in the world. I have more than all the Porsches together in the world. I have more than all the jewelry shops in the whole of the world. I have more than the skyscrapers in the whole of the world. I have more than what Manhattan has in New York. I have more than what the Dubai malls have in the whole of UAE. I have more than everything they can put together. I have more than what the kings have. I have more than what the princes have. I have more than the gold that all the gold the women have put together in the whole of the world. I have more than the diamonds that are secretly buried in the ground yet to be discovered. I have more than the pearls of the ocean. I have more than the whole diamonds collected together. I have more than the houses that are there. I have more than the apartments. I have more than the beautiful apartments that people cannot buy and they want to look at as lavish apartments. I have more than that by simply saying once, Subhanallah walhamdulillahi wa la ilaha illallah wallahu akbar. And if you want to add to it, wala hawla wala quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. What do you get for wala hawla wala quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim? The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us once, la hawla wala quwwata illa billah is one way of getting that one of the treasure boxes in Jannah. If I said to you, and I was serious about it, and if I said, if you do this thing within 3 seconds of your life, then I'm going to give you a gift box of emeralds, diamonds, rubies, sapphire, gold, silver, all the different kinds of jewels that they would want to have. If I gave you a whole box or a treasure box of that, which one of us would not take that? But yet we're in this world and Allah is testing us and He wants to see which one of us will do it until death, because once death comes, you can't add to your account any of this. You must say it before your death. And the Prophet ﷺ has given these ways for us to earn that in the next world.